Tom had 3 weeks until the Amsterdam coffee roasters audit team arrived in Colombia. Every waking moment was consumed by preparation. He walked his farm rows every morning, checking cherry ripeness, inspecting shade trees, talking to his pickers about quality standards. He spent afternoons at the processing facility, overseeing the installation of the new roaster, testing the upgraded packaging line, documenting every procedure in a quality control manual. His nights were spent reviewing records, organizing certification documents, preparing presentations about his sustainability practices and community engagement programs. He was exhausted but driven. This single contract would transform his business. Then his accountant called. "Tom, I've been reviewing your corporate structure in light of this potential European contract. I think we need to talk about Ireland." Tom was confused. He was standing in his coffee drying yard, surrounded by parchment beans spread on raised beds, the Colombian sun beating down on his bald head. "What does Ireland have to do with my coffee?" His accountant explained patiently. "Ireland has one of the lowest corporate tax rates in the entire European Union. 12.5%. Compare that to the average EU rate of 21%. Compare that to Colombia's corporate rate of 33%. If you establish an Irish subsidiary to handle your European sales, the tax savings would be very substantial." Tom walked into the shade of the processing shed. He was listening now. His accountant continued. "But the tax rate is only part of the story. Ireland has a double taxation treaty with Colombia. Right now, your European sales are taxed twice. You pay Colombian income tax on your profits, and then you pay European VAT and corporate taxes on the same income. With an Irish subsidiary, the double taxation is eliminated under the treaty. You pay Irish corporate tax at 12.5%, and you receive a full credit against your Colombian tax obligations. The net effective tax rate on your European profits drops from over 40% to approximately 20%. Tom did rough math in his head. If the Amsterdam contract was worth $2.4 million per year, and his profit margin was around 30%, that was $720,000 in annual profit. Under his current structure, he would lose roughly $280,000 to double taxation. With the Irish structure, he would keep an additional $87,000 every year. He called Mike. "Mike, my accountant wants me to start a company in Ireland. Is this crazy?" Mike laughed. "It's not crazy. It's what every serious exporter does. You think those big European coffee companies pay full tax? They structure for efficiency. You should too." Tom opened the dashboard. Selected the finance department for tax analysis. Added the legal department for incorporation procedures. Added the international tax specialist. Typed, "Analyze the tax implications of establishing an Irish subsidiary for a Colombian coffee exporter selling into the European Union. Compare effective tax rates under current structure versus Irish subsidiary structure. Estimate setup and annual compliance costs. Outline the step-by-step incorporation process." 30 seconds later, his AI team was active. The tax specialist ran a comparative analysis that was surprisingly easy to understand. Current structure: Tom paid Colombian corporate tax at 33% on worldwide income, plus VAT obligations in each EU country where he sold, plus various local business taxes. Effective tax rate on European profits, approximately 41%. Irish subsidiary structure: the Irish company would purchase coffee from Tom's Colombian operation at an arm's-length transfer price. The Irish company would then sell to European customers. Irish corporate tax applied only to the Irish company's profit margin at 12.5%. Colombian tax applied to the Colombian company's profit. Under the double taxation treaty, Irish tax paid was credited against Colombian tax obligations. Effective combined rate, approximately 22%. Annual savings, $87,000 on the projected Amsterdam contract volume. The legal department outlined the incorporation process step by step. Register a private limited company with the company's registration office in Dublin. Standard form, takes approximately 5 business days. Appoint a director. Tom could serve as director, no residency requirement. Appoint a company secretary. Could be the same person for a single director company. Registered office address in Ireland. Several services offered virtual office addresses for approximately €50 per month. Open an Irish business bank account. Most banks accepted online applications with notarized identification documents. File for VAT registration with Irish Revenue. Required for intra-EU trade. File annual returns and financial statements. Could be handled by an Irish accounting firm for approximately €2,000 per year. Total setup cost, approximately €3,500. Annual compliance cost, approximately €2,000. The dashboard also flagged an unexpected benefit. Ireland was an English-speaking common law jurisdiction within the European Union. Tom's contracts with Amsterdam coffee roasters were in English. His proposals were in English. His customer communications were in English. An Irish subsidiary meant he could manage his entire European operation in his native language while enjoying full EU market access. No translation needed for legal documents. No interpretation needed for regulatory filings. No language barrier between Tom and his own company. Tom made the decision that afternoon. He instructed the legal department to begin the incorporation process. He uploaded his identification documents. Signed the formation papers digitally. Paid the registration fee. 2 weeks later, an email arrived from the company's registration office in Dublin. Global Coffee Exports Ireland Limited was officially incorporated. Company number IE 647892. Registered office at a virtual address on Lower Baggot Street in Dublin. Tom stared at the certificate of incorporation on his screen. He was now the sole director of an Irish company. His coffee was grown in the mountains of Huila, Colombia. It was harvested by farmers who had worked the same land for generations. It was processed in a facility he had built with his own savings. And now it was sold through a company registered in Dublin, Ireland. The global economy was strange and wonderful. The dashboard had found $87,000 a year that Tom had been leaving on the table. Not by cutting costs. Not by raising prices. By simply structuring his business the right way. Knowledge truly was the most valuable commodity in international trade. What tax savings are hiding in your business structure? Tell me in the comments. I'll ask the dashboard to find them. Follow Tom's journey from Colombian coffee farm to Irish boardroom. gaigroupai.com 7-day free trial. No credit card required.